Hi, my name is Dr. Amelia Davis. I've been a menopause educator and researcher for the last 4 years. And what I'm about to show you will completely change everything you know about hot flashes, menopausal belly fat, or mood swings. This is Sarah. She's 50 and gained 26 pounds during menopause. She suffers from horrendous hot flashes, night sweats, and depression. Now this is Amara. She's also 50 and menopausal. No weight gain, no hot flashes, no insomnia or anxiety. Only the bliss of not having a period anymore. So what makes the difference? It's not genetics nor their lifestyle and has nothing to do with what meds they take either. The difference is Sarah is from America while Amara comes from a remote tribe in northern Thailand called the Meo tribe. So if you're going through menopause and you suffer like Sarah, you need to know that is not normal. In fact, menopause researchers have recently discovered that women in the West, coming from countries like America, suffer more than women in Asian countries. In Thailand, they even call menopause the second spring and have a ceremony to celebrate it. So how come women in the West and countries like America have a much worse time during menopause than women from the rest of the world? I can tell you now. It is not genetics, nor how healthy you are. It has nothing to do with what you eat, how much you work out, or lifestyle choices. Instead, it has everything to do with something Western women are using every single day, thinking it keeps them healthy and safe, when in fact it's causing havoc on your hormones, making your menopause symptoms 12 times worse, from dreadful hot flashes, uncontrollable weight gain, and sudden mood swings to night sweats, hair loss, or extreme fatigue. This unsettling discovery has been validated by respectful institutions like Harvard and the Gynecology University in Helsinki, Finland, and has inspired a menopause fix breakthrough that has already helped more than 19,500 women just like you to regain control over their bodies, their looks and mood, and turn menopausal transition into a breeze. In fact, this controversial 10-second menopause belly melt protocol was created by a reputed female OBGYN doctor to help VIP women get rid of on-screen hot flashes and get a tiny waist no matter their age or hormonal changes. It has nothing to do with a miracle drug, hormonal therapy, diets, or surgeries. Once you find out what this inexpensive menopause fix is, there will be no more sudden hot flashes, night sweats that leave you anxious and incapable of going back to sleep, and no more uncontrollable weight gain or sudden bursts of irritability that make everyone tiptoe around you. You'll get off the menopause roller coaster and get back your hormonal balance, focus, and zest for life, enjoying a flat stomach and thin waist, looking years younger and feeling like a full woman again, confident, serene, and a joy to be around. Just like Tessa K from Toledo, Ohio.
My hot flashes were horrible. I first felt dizzy and then nauseous and then like I was just gonna spontaneously combust. And then a couple minutes later, I was drenched in sweat and feeling cold. And not to mention, I was so anxious just out of nowhere and so moody. And this method has saved me. I get hot flashes now maybe once per week and I barely notice them. I'm in a good mood and full of energy. Thanks a lot, doctor.
Or Mary Ann from Charlotte, North Carolina.
My family started to call me Sweaty Betty because of my hot flashes. I mean, they didn't mean anything by it, but it still made me feel really embarrassed. But now I don't have to carry around 3 tops with me everywhere I go. I'm not crying in the middle of nowhere, and I've lost the menopause middle. I look in the mirror honestly every morning and just rejoice that I can see my waist again. I am getting all my girlfriends to try this solution out.
And Charlotte from Orlando, Florida.
Menopause hit me like a ton of bricks. It just destroyed my mental health and I gained 12 pounds out of nowhere. The night sweats were also doing a number on me. I didn't even know I could sweat that much. And I felt like a shell of myself. I had little hope in this method, but was I wrong? A few weeks in, I felt like I was getting back to being myself again. My weight dropped, my hair became thicker, and I slept all through the night. I also became affectionate with my husband again, which was such an amazing surprise.
Once you see the groundbreaking science behind this inexpensive solution, I'm sure that you'll be excited to give it a try. In the next 5 minutes, you'll discover how a seemingly innocent, everyday feminine product makes menopause 10 times worse. You probably have it in your bathroom cabinet right now, and what to use instead. The one purple vegetable that NASA is using to help premenopausal female astronauts in space, and how you can use it to get rid of cold sweats at night, and how a tea trick from a remote tribe in Thailand worked so well for menopause menopause that Hollywood actresses, singers, and TV presenters use it to get rid of their on-screen hot flashes. Just imagine what it would feel like to get off the menopause roller coaster and feel like yourself again, a strong and confident woman. To never have to worry about explosive mood swings or putting those you love through sudden emotional outbursts that you can't control. To no longer have to carry a spare set of tops with you wherever you go, just in case you're attacked by a hot flash that leaves you dripping wet in front of your coworkers or your family. To say goodbye to night sweats and insomnia, sleep deeply all through the night, and wake up feeling refreshed and energized. To get on your scale and see the numbers going down as your menopausal belly shrinks by the day. To move with ease and enjoy focus, calmness, and serenity all day long. To look in the mirror and see your skin glowing and your hair growing thick and dense. To enjoy a high libido again and reclaim your passion for life as you feel and look decades younger. Listen, I completely understand if this feels unbelievable to you right now. To be honest, it might feel unbelievable to you even weeks or months after you experience this amazing transformation yourself and see the results with your own eyes. All because this mind-boggling, powerful 10-second tweak to your morning drink will turn everything you've ever heard and thought possible about menopause treatments, weight loss during menopause, and the female body upside down. So just keep watching, because it doesn't matter whether you are in your 40s, 50s, or 60s, whether you are going through perimenopause, menopause, or are postmenopausal, nor does it matter how severe your symptoms are or how much weight you've gained during this transition. All that matters is that this solution can and will work for you. All you need to do is give a chance to this little tweak to your morning tea or coffee that I'll be sharing with you in a few moments. You'll be amazed how quickly it can completely transform this dreadful menopause experience into a breeze, while helping you drop all of that extra belly weight that's been piling up in the last years. Because once you discover the solution that I'm talking about, you'll understand why Hollywood women are using it religiously. I know that's a lot to hear, but this menopause belly melt breakthrough is backed by the latest cutting-edge science, clinical studies, firsthand experience, and the real results of over 19,500 women just like you. And I will prove that it can work for you right now. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Dr. Amelia Davis. I've been a menopause educator and researcher for the last 4 years, and over the course of the last 3 decades, an anatomy and physiology professor at a world-renowned medical university here in California. Thanks to my profession, I've met and assisted some of the most brilliant doctors and scientists in the world and seen life-changing discoveries taking place. Of course, none of these discoveries compares to the menopause fix that I will reveal to you today. You see, at 49, before I became a menopause educator, it was like someone just flipped a switch in me. One moment I was fine, and then almost overnight, perimenopause hit me. I got these drenching night sweats, the kind that saturate the sheets and the mattress protector and leave you soaking wet and freezing cold. Insomnia and unexplainable and sudden panic attacks then followed. I was waking up at least 10 to 14 times per night. I didn't have it easier during the day either. I could barely think because of the brain fog. I had severe fatigue and had to drag and push myself through the smallest tasks. Then this joint pain came out of nowhere, and the hot flashes. Oh my gosh. I would not wish those upon anybody, not my worst enemy. I was convinced I would burst into flames, plus my heart would beat so fast all of a sudden I was shaking and could barely breathe. However, none of that was as bad as my mood swings. Even though my family and friends were acting as they always had, everything and everyone would annoy me. I had these unexplainable bouts of rage that I just wanted to howl at the moon like a dog. Either this, or I would burst into tears over small things like overcooking the rice. I guess you would not be surprised if I told you that my marriage was also on the rocks. I rarely, if ever, feel the need to be intimate anymore. I used to love how my husband would put his hands on me, but with menopause, I couldn't feel any pleasure, only discomfort. It was no wonder I lost my libido, especially since my confidence was shattered to pieces by the nightmare my body was going through. My belly was bulging more and more by the day, even though I barely ate anything. My hair was thinning and falling, my face was sagging, and my features just seemed to fade away. It drove me crazy how my husband looked at me with his big, clueless eyes, trying to make sense of this new me. If I could have divorced myself, I would have in an instant. I felt so ugly and so small, so guilty that people had to tiptoe around me. There were days when I couldn't stand to be seen by anybody, so I locked myself in the bathroom, ordering myself to pull it together, but with no success. I didn't feel like a woman anymore, and just managing myself felt like a full-time job. Menopause was only dread and pain and tears, and it felt like the end of me. Even though I was clearly going through this massive shift, the first 4 doctors I saw acted like everything was in my head. Or if I wasn't dismissed, at best, I was told to just wait it out for a few months, to relax more, take up yoga, or join a ladies' bridge club. I was furious. I mean, not only are there almost no real treatments for menopausal women, but so few doctors actually bother to listen to you. The fourth gynecologist finally prescribed me hormonal replacement therapy, or HRT. I was excited at first because I had heard it worked for some women. Even though it did seem to help a little, the horrible cluster migraines I got from it were just not worth it for me. And when I thought about the long-term side effects of these chemicals, like blood clots, I gave it up without looking back. Next, I tried Paxil for hot flashes and then gabapentin. All they did was make me nauseous. I would sit in front of the TV and this wave of sickness would just knock me out and have me running to the toilet. It was worse than when I was pregnant. After that, I tried all the alternative remedies possible, like flax seeds or maca root. Took them for 6 months and didn't notice any effects. Then acupuncture, expensive and painful, no results. Of course, I cleaned up my diet of carbs, tried fasting, went to therapy, and I was even walking 10,000 steps per day, but to no avail. My mood would improve for about an hour, and after that, it was all doom and gloom again. Then things took a turn for the worst. It was one of the most important days of my career. As a tenure university professor, you get evaluated every 2 years. This means a committee comes and monitors how well you do your teaching. Only this time in the committee was one of the most reputed OBGYN doctors and experts in women's health and well-being. Everyone in the field knew her as Dr. Aria. The woman was a legend. She was rumored to come from the remote Meo tribe, a mysterious ethnic group in northern Thailand that was puzzling scientists all over the world with their natural potions capable of healing even the most venomous snake bites. It wasn't just that. People were whispering that she was the physician of A-list female celebs over 50, like singers, actresses, and female presenters. It was believed that she was discreetly helping them save their careers by teaching them how to beat menopause, lose weight, and get rid of on-screen hot flashes, and that she was doing it without pills, chemical therapies, or diets. She was 65 but looked 40. How was she doing it? I was dying to meet her. I was so nervous when I entered the class. The moment I said good morning to the 100 students in the auditorium and the committee, I felt the biggest, meanest hot flash coming. I went red and wet and was trembling with heart palpitation. The worst dizziness took over me and I had to lean on the blackboard. Big sweat drops were pouring down my face, neck, and chest. My white blouse became see-through. Then I heard one of the students saying, "We should call 911, she's having a heart attack." I was so embarrassed. This is just a hot flash, I barely managed to utter. "No need to call 911, let's just take a 5-minute break," I heard Dr. Aria's soft but firm voice say. She took me outside, sat me down, and gave me a glass of water. "Everything is going to be fine," she said, patting me on the back. "I think I can help you. Why don't you come by my practice one of these days?" She continued, handing me her business card. Little did I know back then, but thanks to the most horrible hot flash of my life, my luck and the luck of thousands of women like me was about to change. 1 month later, she welcomed me to her practice in Hollywood. Right before I entered her office, I saw a tall, gorgeous blonde woman exiting. I could have sworn she was Uma Thurman. Maybe it was just my imagination, or maybe the rumors were true. Once we said our hellos, Dr. Aria wasted no time. "Listen, I'm so sorry you are going through these terrible hot flashes," she said. "First of all, I want you to understand that it is not your fault that you were feeling like this or that you can't seem to find a real solution." Then she told me that ovaries and menopause are one of the most under-researched health topics in history, and there's still a lot that doctors and researchers don't understand when it comes to menopausal women. The National Institutes of Health funding for women's health is only 10%, even though over half of the population is female. This means, for example, that for every 10 studies done on testicles, only 1 is done on ovaries. Or let's say if we had $10, $9 would be spent on men's health and only 1 on women's health. Now, because way less money is spent on menopause research than on women's health in general, more precisely, only 0.03%. This means that from this poor single dollar that women's health receives, just a bit more than 2 cents is dedicated to finding menopause treatments. In fact, up until the last 5 years, the topic has been almost ignored. These days, the biggest amount of research and money involves hormone replacement therapy, or HRT. HRT soaked up all of the grant money. But hear this, HRT doesn't work for 73% of women, according to the Bonafide State of Menopause study. I was beginning to understand why, when you go to the doctor, they either look at you with skepticism, discard your symptoms, or send you off with the same old shot in the dark prescription like HRT. The reason is always the same. Most OBGYNs have no clue how to deal with the different needs of different women. Dr. Aria told me that it just made her blood boil thinking how many women are rushed through the door when they are clearly in the midst of physical, emotional, and a mental breakdown. Since she went through the hell of menopause as well, Dr. Aria decided to make it her mission to find the solution that the health department was too indifferent to find. In the next few minutes, I will tell you about the simple 10-second menopause fix she discovered, a coffee or tea tweak that turns menopause into a breeze and makes that menopausal belly melt off like butter on a hot day. It's the same morning drink tweak she used to help her celebrities get rid of their on-screen hot flashes. Now, most people know that menopause leads to weight gain and belly fat, but not why. And that's exactly what the scientists at the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology at the University of Helsinki, Finland, set to solve. During their little-known and rare study, they noticed something very odd. The women who gained the most belly weight during menopause were also the ones suffering from the worst hot flashes and had a worse time in general. What they were seeing was that their belly fat and hot flash severity were increasing in direct proportion and at the same time with their estrogen levels decreasing. As you might know, estrogen is the most important female hormone responsible for the well-being of your reproductive system, the urinary tract, as well as your skin, hair, heart, bones, breasts, pelvic muscles, the brain, and the list goes on and on. Now, this weight increase, estrogen decrease coincidence made researchers determined to take a deeper look at the belly fat cells of menopausal women. What they saw revealed not only the culprit behind all menopausal symptoms, but also how you can make menopause seamless and regain your waist in the process as well. What they noticed through their microscopes was that in women who hit perimenopause and experience awful symptoms like hot flashes, mood swings, or hair thinning, their fat cells were eating almost all of their estrogen. That's right, their fat cells eat up their estrogen, get bigger by the day, and so does their belly. The reason is that as ovulation stops and periods get less intense and frequent during the menopause transition, you have all of this estrogen floating around in your body that is no longer being used in the reproductive cycle. And the problem is your fat cells just love consuming estrogen. Before the body can use it for other purposes, fat cells quickly absorb and store estrogen just like they do with calories. As it was recently proved by the University of Rochester Medical Center, this causes them to expand and you gain weight. Because women store fat around their abdominal region, that is where most estrogen will be stacked. But you'll also see the fat in your arms, legs, back, or around your neck. That is why a study showed during perimenopause, women gain an average of at least 3 pounds a year, even though they do not eat or exercise any differently than they used to. It's also why in menopausal and postmenopausal women who are most affected by mood swings, hot flashes, or depression and anxiety, visceral or belly fat accounts for up to 20% of their total body weight. So let's just say you're 160 pounds. This means your menopausal belly will account for up to 32 pounds, but keep in mind that those 32 pounds are not just fat, but a lot of trapped estrogen. And this explains your other symptoms as well, because estrogen, if it weren't eaten by your belly fat cells, would travel through your body and do its job, keeping your weight and cholesterol levels in check, clearing inflammation and toxins, building and repairing muscles and bone density, and keeping your brain sharp and your nervous system strong. Moreover, estrogen has the power to transform your skin and hair. Healthy levels of estrogen means hydrated, smooth, glowing skin and thick, dense hair. When it's missing, everything in your body and brain go haywire. Now you know the real reason why menopause is paired with weight gain. The inability of estrogen to travel through your body anymore is also why you go through mood changes, night sweats and insomnia, hot flashes, hair thinning, skin sagging, and then the list goes on and on. While it's normal for your body to not use as much estrogen since it's not trying to make babies anymore, it's not normal for your fat cells to trap all of your estrogen and not let it out to do its job through the rest of your body. That's why Dr. Aria asked herself, how do we stop the fat cells eating up all of the estrogen and instead let the hormone do what it's supposed to do, let you feel like a woman? She knew that when estrogen levels became dysregulated, it is because a key gene of the female body has become faulty. In medical terms, that gene is called the CYP19A1 gene, but she named it the estrogen, as this is what it does: regulate estrogen. I gave it a lot of thought to why the estrogen becomes inactive, Dr. Aria told me, and why women in the West seem to have a way harder time during menopause than women in Thailand, my home country. I also wondered why I, a Thai woman born in America, was having such a tough time during menopause, while my grandma and great-grandmother never seemed to complain about menopause. Quite the opposite. And neither did the grandmas and great-grandmas of my friends. Was there something that women my age did or had done that my grandmas hadn't? That was her aha moment. One of the biggest differences was that women nowadays were using tampons and pads while their grandmas used cloth or cotton. After a quick search in the medical studies directory, there it was, the culprit behind the estrogen disruption and hormonal imbalances. The tampons and pads that almost every woman in America has used thousands of times during their lifetime, thinking these feminine helpers are harmless, were soaked in all kinds of chemicals. These chemicals disrupt the estrogen and the entire hormonal system, sending them into premenopause early and making menopause unbearable. Tampons, pads, or panty liners are especially loaded with a class of chemicals called dioxins. They're a byproduct of the bleaching process companies use to make their tampons, pads, and diapers appear extra white and clean. It turns out the World Health Organization now categorizes dioxins as a highly toxic human carcinogen. What every young woman should do is buy 100% organic cotton tampons and pads. However, for menopausal women, it is too late. After a lifetime of using these chemical-filled products, the damage has already been done and the estrogen has become inactive. So Dr. Arya realized that the solution would be to reactivate and increase the activity of the estrogen in order to release all the trapped estrogen from the fat cells. This would get rid of hot flashes, night sweats, mood swings, and help women achieve a leaner body. She also suspected that with optimal estrogen levels, the women would get their skin glow back, thicker hair, better joints, and bone density. She wanted to stop the bodily and mental decline caused by menopause while giving women back what they've lost so far because of it: their looks, their peace of mind, and their confidence. She wanted them to feel like full women again. The answer was closer to home than she thought. She remembered that in the Mayo tribe, where her great-grandmother came from, menopause was called the second spring. Women were enjoying their newly found freedom from periods, cramps, and pregnancies in good health, calmness, and serenity. She remembered all of them used to sit in a circle and drink from clay mugs. Then, as she recollected the earthy smell that came from those mugs, something just clicked in her mind: why her great-grandmother and Nana were happy as clams and so energetic after 50. Why the women in Thailand and Asia had a way easier time and a slimmer waist than the women in the West. It was what they had added to their teas and potions and soups. It was this very special type of mushroom. She immediately went to her books and medical diaries, and there it was, without a single doubt. This type of mushroom had the power to reactivate the estrogen and influence its activity for a blissful menopause and perfect hormonal balance. She dried and mixed these mushrooms into a fine powder and made a warm drink out of it, just like her grandma had done. The need to have the powder with a warm drink went beyond it being comforting. These mushrooms had a key compound, their essence basically. This compound is a special type of beta-glucans. The warm drink activates them quickly and makes it easier for the body to absorb them for fast results. And as you are about to see, Dr. Arya found a way to take this powder without changing the taste of her morning drink. The first person she tested this 10-second breakthrough protocol on was herself. She was 51 at the time, and she was always drenched in sweat from her hot flashes, always in a bad mood and craving sweets all the time. And even though she was mostly eating salad, she kept piling up pounds like crazy. The first days she didn't feel much, but she believed in the wisdom of the women from her tribe and kept going. Then after a couple of weeks, something just clicked. She couldn't tell what exactly, but every day felt like a relief. Like a heavy weight was slowly being lifted from her shoulders and from her belly, literally. She felt serene, at peace. She found herself singing in the shower again as she looked at her body becoming more firm and slim, her skin tightening, her face lightening up. After a few more weeks, her hot flashes were less and less intense until they disappeared completely. She was loving with her husband again. He even asked her what kind of witchy stuff she was up to with her mushrooms, as she looked at least 7 years younger. And this is how she felt: renewed, feminine, full of energy, no cravings, but still eating whatever she felt like without the scale going up. However, she needed to see if it would work that well for other women too. So she tested it on her most eccentric patients next: Hollywood stars, TV presenters, and singers. All of them were complaining about on-screen hot flashes that messed up their makeup, clothes, or even their careers, as it was driving them insane. Luckily, all of them believed in natural treatments and were tired of trying and failing with the few pills that other gynecologists prescribed them. Soon enough, the messages from all 14 of them started flooding her inbox, and they exceeded even her wildest expectations. 0 hot flashes or night sweats, waking up rested and in a good mood, no more pains in their joints joints or dark circles and those dark spots were fading. Some of them claimed their hair was regaining its luster and density, so they no longer had to go through the ordeal of wigs, and that their cosmeticians' jaws, they were dropping as they saw their skin rejuvenating in a matter of months. They didn't need as much makeup, so their faces did not need so much editing and post-production. "Darling, the Oscar for menopause treatment goes to you," one of them said. "I swear I'm going through my second youth. I feel unstoppable," another one told her. And another SMS said, "I had to lose 14 pounds for this role, and I was sweating my ass off in the gym with no success. Then I started on your mushrooms and it melted off just like that. I am firing my PT." Now let me tell you, once I started taking it, I was left without words. I can only confirm that once it started working its magic, I thanked my lucky stars that I had come across it. You can finally take back control of your body and you feel and look like $1,000,000 again. I'm sure by now you're curious to find out what this ultimate menopause formula contains and why it works so incredibly well. Let's start with the first super ingredient, maitake, or the dancing mushroom. Legend has it that people would dance with joy upon finding this mushroom in the wild because of its value and rarity. And it is exactly where Dr. Aria sourced it from, directly from the wild. Wild maitake is incomparable to the domesticated one that you get in the store powders. This mushroom, which was only so highly prized that it was used as a form of currency during feudal times, is the mushroom to fight menopausal belly fat. It contains a unique bioactive compound named D-fraction that speeds up fat metabolism during menopause and reduces abdominal fat. In other words, it releases the estrogen from your belly fat and puts it to work, soothing your hot flashes and night sweats. In a study involving 30 patients who consumed maitake for 2 months without changing their regular diets, all participants lost between 11 and 26 pounds. Think what taking at least 11 or even 20 pounds off your belly would look like. Think how much lighter and confident you would feel, how well you'll fit into tighter clothes that underline your waist and femininity. Sometimes I think this wild mushroom was left on earth specifically for menopausal women because it also adjusts estrogen levels perfectly. It banishes mood swings, irritability, and energy crashes, and it stabilizes blood sugar at the same time, putting an end to cravings and persistent hunger. Next, chaga, also called the diamond of the forest or the king of medicinal mushrooms because of its exceptional results during clinical trials. It's one of the most antioxidant-rich foods on earth. It has 30 times more antioxidants than blueberries, the fruits believed to have the highest content. These special antioxidants, called superoxides, trigger a full body regeneration the moment they enter your system. You'll first see it in your skin. It will stop sun damage, help you erase those dark spots, and give you back your glow. Then you'll notice it in your gut and estrogen levels. Chaga has the unseen capacity to turbocharge the gut bacteria that are dedicated to fixing estrogen levels. This means it will squeeze out and release the trapped estrogen from your belly cells along with the fat. This is the moment when you can say goodbye to bloating as well. Chaga takes a long time to mature, often growing for 10 to 20 years on a single birch tree before it's harvested. This slow growth contributes to its incredible potency, so you don't get fooled by the powders you might see online. As Dr. Aria pointed out, it's like the difference between organic honey and sweetener, natural versus synthetic. Now I want to talk to you about another mushroom that is being researched by NASA as we speak. And part of the reason is thanks to what it can do for hormonal balance in perimenopausal female astronauts in space. I'm talking about reishi, or the mushroom of immortality, as scientists call it, and for good reason. Reishi is unparalleled when it comes to turning the clock on menopausal skin. In the first 5 years of menopause, women lose over 30% of their skin elasticity. Reishi helps you prevent that and helps you restart collagen production. It also brightens your skin and clears out inflammation or rashes. However, this is just the beginning of what reishi can do. Reishi will help you sleep through the night with no night sweats. It contains a compound called ganoderic that calms down your entire nervous system, wiping out stress and putting you in a serene mood. Now, when I saw its effect on menopausal weight gain, I was truly dumbfounded. Reishi simply transforms your body into a 24/7 calorie furnace. The wonder compounds in reishi break down fat quickly and control where this fat is stored, which means most of the food you eat is immediately transformed into energy, and the rest is stored as fuel for later in the day and not turned into clingy fat. So you can get rid of any extra calories by the end of the day. Remember, chaga squeezed out all of the trapped estrogen from your belly cells, and reishi is a master when it comes to sending estrogen where it belongs, from your belly to your hair strands, nails, skin, and helping with moisture and hydration where you need it. Just imagine getting back the looks you unfairly lost to menopause. Your smooth skin, your silhouette, your dense hair. Wild reishi are hard to find, but they are the best, and this is why Dr. Aria used them in her formula. Let's move to a mushroom that is so potent when it comes to regulating mood swings that it's called the mushroom of happiness. I'm talking about the black trumpet, a mushroom that has the astounding ability to fully reactivate your body's estrogen receptors and send the estrogen into full working mode along with them. As your perimenopause and menopause start, the activity of these receptors slows down, which means your estrogen barely travels through your body. As mentioned earlier, it either becomes too much, creates a traffic jam, and gets stuck in your belly, or it doesn't reach the areas where you really need it, like your hair or vaginal walls. The black trumpet compounds break down these big blobs of estrogen, smoothing out the flow and redistributing it where it needs to be. Aside from the fact that your belly will continue to get smaller, this means, for example, that your vaginal walls will become more flexible and you will not have to deal with the dryness, atrophy, or shriveling that happens once you hit 50. In turn, you will be able to enjoy a higher libido and pleasurable, intimate encounters whenever you want. The next mushroom has been used in Thai medicine for more than 1,500 years, and it's being praised by top female athletes worldwide since it boosts endurance, regeneration, and fixes sleep. It helps sportswomen stay competitive and fit into older age. This remarkable mushroom that can turn menopausal women into super-agers is called cordyceps. Cordyceps can only be found at very high altitudes in the Himalayas and have been named the Empress for good reason. It helps you rule your hormones with an iron fist. First, it strengthens the whole body through hormonal changes, reducing menopausal side effects to almost zero. Chronic hot flashes and low energy will become a thing of the past before you know it. Moreover, cordyceps keeps you strong. It protects your muscles, makes you look more toned, and it increases bone density. It also obliterates every bit of remaining menopausal fat in 3 ways. It clears any chronic inflammation in the body, which reduces inflammation-related weight gain and allows your metabolism to work even faster. It regulates cortisol, the hormone responsible for your stress levels, thereby eliminating any stress weight gain. And it cuts ghrelin, or the hunger hormone, which spirals out of control during menopause. You'll feel satisfied and full while eating less. On top of that, it stops the production and accumulation of new fat cells, especially around the belly. Sounds like a free pass to enjoy more of your favorite foods to me. There are 600 species of cordyceps, but only one is the perfect match for menopausal women. After mixing these 5 incredibly strong medicinal mushrooms together, Dr. Arya wanted to make 100% sure her formula addresses all the big troubles that menopausal women go through. So she added lion's mane to bulletproof brain cells and memory health, as well as to clear menopausal brain fog. Shiitake, also known as the elixir of life, which supports heart health by slashing cholesterol levels and cleaning up fat in the arteries and blood vessels. Agaricus, to fight against fatty liver and help with the speed of liver regeneration well into old age. White mushroom for unbreakable bones and a steady blood flow and blood pressure. And last but not least, turkey tail, to reinforce and vary your gut microbiome for a perfectly smooth digestion every day, so you'll feel lighter with lots of energy and be able to move easily and freely with a focused and sharp mind. The only thing you'll forget is that you're going through menopause. Does that sound good to you? After seeing all of the feedback and reports from Dr. Arya, and after experiencing firsthand what it feels like to break free from menopause hell and thrive, one thing was clear to me. This was the one and only science-proven solution that no matter your age, condition, or lifestyle could fix your hormones and lift off the menopause curse with all of its dread, hot flashes, and extra weight, all while significantly transforming your skin, hair, and well-being at the same time. Realizing how much power Dr. Arya had in her hands, I asked, no, begged her to release this formula to as many women as possible. I even offered to work day and night if needed to help her do it. And she agreed. After seeing all of the results from her patients, it was time to help as many women as possible to dramatically change the way they experience menopause, all by making a simple little 10-second tweak to their morning drink. She decided to put the powder in capsules in order to preserve the integrity of the mushrooms better and also make sure it does not change the taste of your favorite morning drink. That is why I could not be more thrilled and proud to introduce you today to Menovelle, the only solution that helps your fat cells release trapped estrogen for a blissful menopause and hormonal balance while helping you lose weight at the same time. All you have to do is take 1 capsule every morning with your tea, coffee, or any warm drink that you enjoy. Then just let science do the rest. The warm drink will dissolve the powder in the capsules fast, quickly activating and empowering beta-glucans, the key compounds of mushrooms. In turn, this will make them easy to be absorbed by your body for fast maximum results. Estrogen will be squeezed out of your fat cells and belly like water from a sponge. Every single capsule contains 10 extremely potent mushrooms supported by multiple clinical studies and is manufactured in the USA in our FDA-approved and GMP-certified facility under sterile, strict, and precise standards. Our solution is non-GMO and safe. It does not contain any dangerous stimulants or toxins, and it's not habit-forming. Since its release, Menovelle has provided relief for more than 19,500 mothers, sisters, and wives. Women like Daisy Davis from Arlington, Virginia.
After going to no less than 6 OBGYNs and either having my symptoms ignored or not finding any relief in their treatments, I was pretty convinced that this method is BS. But my older sister insisted so much on me trying it that I did it just to shut her up. I can't even begin to tell you the difference it has made. I honestly feel like a renewed woman. Also, the relief knowing that I don't have to discuss such personal things with indifferent doctors. It's just amazing.
Alma S. from Laredo, Texas.
Before my transition to menopause started, I used to be this sweet, kind, and positive person that would put a smile on anyone's face. Then it was like I was turning into an old crone. I was grumpy all the time, so my entire family had to tiptoe around me. My skin was so itchy and dry, the scales were going up, and I had these horrible migraines that would make me vomit. After months of using this method, I am light and serene again. It helped me get my body back, and it helped me get my peace of mind. And my husband tells me I am the soul of the party again.
Virginia from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
There's no way to sugarcoat this. Menopause put me through hell. It destroyed my self-confidence. I never really had a belly, and I always watched what I ate, but that didn't matter in the least. My belly kept bulging. I had days when I didn't even want to leave the house. I felt like nobody should see me like that. But thank God that nightmare is all behind me. I lost the belly bulge, and I am now in the mood to go out again. And I have more energy than I had in my 30s. Thumbs up to you for creating this solution.
I'm sure you will experience the same results once you start taking Menovelle. So if you care about your hormonal and mental health, if you care about your weight, your body, your vitality, and you want to enjoy your period-free years without a care in the world, then you're probably wondering how you can get your hands on this breakthrough menopause solution. Otherwise, you wouldn't have stuck with this video so far. To be honest, Dr. Arya and I really wanted to make it easy for every woman to access this one-of-a-kind solution, but it's not that easy. Here's why. This breakthrough menopause solution contains 10 premium, powerful mushrooms sourced from remote wild places like the Himalayas. They need to be dried and processed in a very precise way using state-of-the-art machinery so they can keep their full potency. Then the formula needs to be verified by a third-party laboratory in order to make sure everything is 100% pure. As a result, it takes about 90 days to produce a new batch of this revolutionary formula. This means we often run out of stock. That's why we only have a limited number of bottles available each month, and when they're gone, you'll have to wait more than 3 or 4 months for the next restock. However, with the supply chains being so frail nowadays, considering everything that's happening in the world, it can even get to more than 120 days. But don't worry, we'll show you how you can get your hands on this revolutionary formula today in just seconds. First, I need you to know how and for how long you should use it to get the best results. We recommend taking 1 capsule every morning with your tea, coffee, or any warm drink that you enjoy for at least 60 days. While this breakthrough menopause formula starts working right away, the results we've seen on our patients clearly indicate that the longer you use it, the better you will feel and look. Dr. Arya said she cannot tell women out of her good medical conscience that it will only take 1 bottle to achieve all of the extraordinary results pictured above. And whomever promises you results overnight are lying to you. The female hormonal system is complex, and decades of damage from the tampons and pads chemicals can't just be fixed right away. That's why we recommend taking this formula with your warm morning drink for at least 3 months, just to make sure your estrogen levels are balanced and you minimize hot flashes, cold sweats, and mood swings while seeing your belly flattening by the day. And if you're looking for maximum long-lasting and outstanding results, we recommend using it for at least 6 months. This will make sure that menopause will never give you hell again, and more importantly, that your body gets stronger, stays lean, and regains its vitality and the youthful look you had before this menopause ordeal started. Plus, by opting for the 6-month supply, you'll protect yourself from any stock shortages, since, as you know, we sell out every month. You need to know this is your only chance to turn menopause into a breeze and ensure it doesn't take a toll on your body and mental health. If you don't believe me, see for yourself how little the government is investing in menopausal women's health. It can take decades for them to launch a viable solution, and it is not guaranteed it will work for everyone. Now, I want you to be honest with me. How much is it worth to put an end to the menopause nightmare and flatten your belly in the process? How much is it worth to escape hot flashes, mood swings, or thinning hair? To live confidently and full of energy every day, because this is what Menovelle does for you. And given the quality of ingredients and the fact that there's no other solution like this on the market, you can understand why Dr. Aria wanted to sell this for $325 at first. And considering how an embarrassing visit to the OBGYN can set you back $450 with no guarantee that they will even take you seriously, or how HRT therapy is $500 a month and comes with side effects like nausea, headaches, and even blood clots, and doesn't work for 73% of women, you can see why $315 is not only fair but also cheap. However, today you will not have to pay anywhere near that. Our goal is for this menopause breakthrough to receive the gold certificate for a women's product, which would help us recommend our solution to doctors and maybe convince them to change their perspective on menopause treatments. You are lucky to come across this video, but not all women would have seen it. And we want this solution to reach as many people as possible. In order to get this golden certificate, we need at least 20,000 customers. So far, we have about 19,500 women who have put their trust in us. So to reach 20,000 as soon as possible, we decided to offer a special promotion. That is why today you will not need to pay $315 for a bottle or $150, because this is not about us making a profit, but about helping millions of women in need. And even though the sum we finally agreed on is $99 a bottle, which barely covers the manufacturing costs, today you can try this breakthrough menopause formula for as little as $49 a bottle. That's less than $1.50 per day. Since it's been proven that the longer you use this second spring formula, the better your results. And because most women are ordering multiple bottles at once, we decided to offer the 6-bottle package at an incredibly steep discount. The more you buy, the cheaper it gets, and you save up to $300. And not only will you save a lot, but you'll also have enough of this menopause breakthrough formula on hand. If you're still unsure what to choose, here are 2 reasons why the 6-bottle option is your best option. The first reason is the one-time only steep discount. 1 bottle would normally cost $99, but with the 6-bottle option, while the promotion is live and stock available, you'll pay just $49 a bottle. That is nearly $300 in savings. But we won't keep this price forever, and this gets us to the second reason. As I mentioned, our goal is to get 20,000 customers in order to obtain the golden certificate for women's products. We now have around 19,500 clients, and we need 500 more to achieve this milestone. Once we reach 20,000, we will go back to the original price. The bottles are selling super fast, so this promotion will probably be over by the end of today. So if you're still thinking about it, now you know which choice is the best. Just select it below and click the button. The 6-bottle package even comes with free shipping, and do I have some great news for you? It also comes with 2 bonuses worth $148 absolutely free. I thought that since you're making this decision to regain control over your hormonal, mental, and physical well-being, why not make sure you look your best too? So I asked Dr. Aria to help me create 2 unique bonuses with some of the most well-guarded secrets that VIP doctors usually give their menopausal clients. The first bonus is called Perfect Shape in 21 Days, the Hollywood blueprint for a flat belly and toned body. Inside, you'll find the tropical oil trick that celebrity nutritionists teach their VIP clients to melt belly and arm fat. 5 unusual tricks taken from Hollywood stars for losing weight quickly. The laziest ways to flatten your belly that VIP trainers swear by. And the 1 common spice you need to avoid if you want to lose weight and keep it off, and what to replace it with. The next bonus is Bright Eyes, 1-minute tips to get rid of dark circles and eye bags at any age. Here's what you'll discover. The sleep position that reduces eye puffiness overnight, the common household item that eliminates eye bags in seconds, how one of the most popular dishes can help you remove eye bags, and the 1-minute eye yoga exercise to clear dark circles. So all you have to do is click on the button below. However, don't worry if you do not feel ready for the 6-package option. You still have these smaller package options available. So go ahead and make your choice below. If you're skeptical, we totally understand. You've tried a lot of methods. You spent a lot of money and went through so much pain. And so far, nothing has worked. We are so confident that this menopause fix works that we are going to give you our ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee. If trying this breakthrough menopause formula doesn't turn out to be the best decision you've ever made, or if you change your mind for any reason whatsoever, we will promptly issue a full, hassle-free refund. All you need to do is contact our friendly customer support within the first 60 days of your purchase. Send us all the bottles, no matter if they are empty or not, and the packing slip, and we'll refund your investment. The contact information is right on the bottle. And you know what? If you buy our 6-bottle package and your menopausal symptoms are fixed even quicker, feel free to send us back the bottles you haven't used, and you'll get your money back for every single one of them. Even though if I were you, I would save them for my friends or family. That's how confident we are that this solution will transform your life. This means you have 2 whole months to decide if this menopause breakthrough is for you or not. Your order today is a one-time payment with no subscription or hidden charges. If you're still thinking about it, I just want to ask you to take a second and imagine what awaits you if you don't choose this menopause breakthrough solution today. You might decide to spend more time and money looking for various options, having to reveal and explain intimate details about yourself to careless doctors, hoping one of them will listen or give you a treatment. Then, if and only if that treatment does something for you, you have to pray that these side effects won't make your life even worse than before. This might take months. In the meantime, your hot flashes and night sweats will get even more excruciating. Your menopausal belly will bulge more and more, while your mood swings might just push all your dear ones away from you. Or maybe you believe that menopausal issues just go away by themselves. Sadly, I've never seen such a case. Quite the opposite. The longer your hormonal levels are going haywire, the longer the menopausal transition lasts and the faster your body ages. Thankfully, there's a new path, a simple and enjoyable one, the one I have just shown you. It has been paved by thousands of hours of research and hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of tests. 19,500 women have already chosen this path before you and are sending us daily messages of gratitude. Choosing this path is as simple as easy as enjoying a warm tea or coffee in the morning. This is all it takes to regain complete and effortless control over how you feel and look during menopause and after. So risk nothing at all today. Grab Menovelle right now and get the peace of mind you deserve. Click below to make your choice, enter your payment details on our secure order form, and place the order now. We'll immediately ship your bottles directly to your home. Don't forget, the 3 and 6 bottle packages come with free shipping no matter where you live, and also 2 free bonuses. I can't wait for you to experience every single benefit that this menopause breakthrough has to offer. Still here? Great. I wanted to take a second to answer the most common questions I get about Menovelle. How and why does this menopause breakthrough work? Scientists have discovered that menopausal women who deal with severe hot flashes are also the ones gaining the most belly fat. Upon closer look, experts discovered that this is caused by estrogen-eating fat cells. Fat cells just love consuming estrogen. Before the body can use it for other purposes, fat cells quickly absorb it and store it just like they do with calories. This causes them to expand and for you to gain weight. Our solution reactivates and boosts the activity of the estrogen, or the gene responsible for regulating estrogen and other essential feminine hormones. This will help your fat cells release the trapped estrogen for a blissful menopause and hormonal balance, while helping you lose weight and enjoy a leaner body at the same time. With optimal estrogen levels, menopausal women also get their skin glow back and thicker hair. The formula contains 10 extremely potent mushrooms supported by multiple clinical studies and was perfected by a female doctor for her VIP clients, actors, singers, and presenters who wanted to get rid of on-screen hot flashes. This breakthrough menopause solution has been proven by the experience of over 19,500 satisfied women like Joanne B. from Phoenix, Arizona, who said, "I'm so grateful this product exists. I got rid of my hot flashes and mood swings. This is just amazing." Or Alice Blair from Fresno, California, who wrote, "I feel like myself again and my belly is way smaller. Your girls are my saviors." Of course, the only definitive way to know for sure how well it can work for you is to try it today using the special no-risk offer that you can find only on this page. When and how should I take this menopause breakthrough solution? We recommend you take 1 capsule per day in the morning with a warm drink for a seamless transition towards menopause and mental and physical well-being. It's also all you have to do to say goodbye to that menopausal belly and feel like yourself again. What if it doesn't work for me? Can you tell me about the guarantee again? The more results we see, the stronger we believe this menopause breakthrough solution has the power to transform the menopause transition into a breeze, help you reach your ideal weight, and be truly happy with the way you look and feel. It's true, though nothing works for 100% of the people who try it, as every woman's body works in its own way. That's why every bottle of this menopause breakthrough solution comes with an ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee. If for any reason you aren't fully satisfied with the results, you can just return what you haven't used for a prompt and full refund. How long will this menopause breakthrough solution be available? To be honest, that's hard to say. My goal is to make the menopausal transition easy for as many women as possible while helping them feel their best and say goodbye to mood swings, hot flashes, and that annoying menopause belly. However, due to the unique nature of our breakthrough, it's uncertain how much longer it will be available. There are big pharmaceutical companies out there that just realized how much money they can make by selling chemical drugs to menopausal women. In addition, with the current global situation, supply chains are affected and ingredients are harder to come by. That is why it's crucial you get this menopause breakthrough today. And remember, it comes with a 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee, which means there's zero risk to you. That's also why you should consider stocking up. How can I get started? It's very easy. Just click the button below now to get our secure order checkout page. Enter your information and we'll immediately get to work shipping this menopause breakthrough solution right to your doorstep. So all you have to do today is click below, fill in your payment details on our secure order form, and submit your order. I can't wait to hear your success story.